episode 51 of the walkthrough moving forward. So, as far as box quest goes, you have to actually buy demigod armor to push his dialogue to the next state. So I went to the Lost Table of Grace, bought Radahn's armor. I'm not wearing it obviously, but I went ahead and bought it. It's right here. 12,000 runes, 17.5 pounds. Really is a nice looking set. I really like the cape on it, even though it's been through hell. Just really nice looking, especially early on. Even goes with the helm good. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could wear it for a little bit. But once you have actual demigod armor, and you've picked up the gold sewing needle, which we did get earlier on, Church of Vows, behind the statue to the right of the chest, gold sewing needle there. You have to actually have demigod armor, then talk to him.
Master, my apologies. Your wardrobe includes the garb of the old demigods, and I'm afraid I can't make adjustments to them. My mum told me once that a royal seamster would do them up in a jiffy. Just wait, Master. Before long, I'll be that good too.
Give the gold sewing needle.
Is that a gift from my undeserving self? Thank you kindly. But what on earth could it... Amazing! I've with a spectacular royal crest to boot. Are you certain that... I cannot have faith in me, Master. I'll polish my craft enough that I deserve this golden gift. I'll be the golden seamster, Bok. Now I'll be able to sew anything. Even the threads of the demigods.
Alright, so, have you ever thought so?
Have you ever wished you might be born again? Well, they say that Renala of Rhea Lucari has the power to help people be reborn. Oh. Me? Reborn? Oh, look at me. When you're this ugly, well, being reborn, it would hardly make a difference, I'm afraid.
So you can give a larval tier, but, I mean, if you do that, like I mentioned last episode, so you've been following along, you know exactly what we're doing, why we're doing it, and we've already discussed this. If you're not, you're probably like, what's going on? He's not saying much. Well, because we just talked about all this. But, so for Box Quest, he thinks he's ugly, he wants to be reborn, you give him a larval tier, he'll die, because, like we mentioned last episode, if you notice, all the kids that, Vernala, brings back to life, or makes reborn, whatever, they're all crippled. So, anytime you try to get reborn from Renala, it's going to kill you or cripple you or give you some kind of, messed up something, right? It doesn't happen to us, and we could respec, and that's simply because of the fact that we have the Great Rune. No one else has it. So if you give him a larval tier, you're going to get him killed. So I just want to say that. If you want to complete his quest that way, you can.
Would you mind if I called you Lord? I heard that.
This is old dialogue. We could have got this earlier, but I didn't buy the demigod armor and I forgot. You may call me Lord.
Please, but
see, Bok always believes in you the whole time, so I like it. All he wants to do is see you win. You know what I mean? Surely she'd be happy for you.
As good as... Oh, I need to learn how to sew from scratch.
Now, I believe instead of doing that, we can go down here. Put on, where is it? Oh my god, we missed this too. How'd I miss this shit? Alright, this is actually quite easy and difficult to find. So luckily I know exactly where it is, you know what I mean? But if you don't, it could be a huge pain in the ass to try to find this. So I guess maybe Craftsman's Shack. If not, you could just take the Azure Side of Grace. But yeah, right in this demi-human camp over here is the You're Beautiful, Proud of the Faith. And if you tell him that, he accepts, he is the way he is. And I think when we cleared this place, we may have just been focused on the left and fighting the guys, but we missed this item. It's on the right, so maybe we never cleared the right side of this. That's kind of fucked up to think of. Which is weird because we killed that guy, but right here, your beautiful prattling pate. Now we can go back, talk to Bach, and use this on him. This game's so obscure sometimes. These little details like this that you gotta find on your own from just multiple playthroughs. To be completely honest, you know what I mean?
Please.
So I don't know if we could do this now or if it's later on in the game. Have to, go through my notes, but pretty sure we can do it now.
You're beautiful.
Bach, this is ready to...
Huh. Oh, I heard a voice.
Did I just hear my mum speaking? Thank you very much. Mum was always the only one who said I was beautiful. And now, my dear Lord, let me hear her voice. Oh, please, if I may dream just once, do you feel the same way my mum did? Do you think I'm beautiful, despite these looks? My Lord, my dear Lord, I, Bach the seamster, am forever in your service. May the throne of Elden Lord be your...
Alright. So we have completed Bach's quest.
Going more, please.
Like I said, that's not something you have to do. And I told you guys, nothing really comes from it. I just like Bach, so I end up, doing this quest. But we want to go to Avenue Balcony. It's the easiest way to work our way out of here. Because we just got to get to the main road and go out that gate we opened a few episodes ago when I showed you guys the way. So from here, up and out. So here you get to the main road, you want to go left, and you just run straight for the door. There's going to be a little side path, side area we're going to clear out. And then after that, we're going to work our way up to a lift that leads to our next Divine Tower. So, we'll clear that. There's just a couple items to get. A double boss fight with Omens. We could activate Morgoth's Great Rune, because I think just like vastly, gives you health. Vastly increases HP, and then we'll be working our way up to the Forbidden Lands. So, we should easily get to mountaintops of the Giants, at least in this episode. And keep in mind, if we want to stay with this build, we're going to get much more damage on the Dragon Communion Seal that's actually meant for arcane. So, we're getting like hardly any, we're not getting any skilling because there's no faith, there's no strength. Our ink gets going to only 117. In fact, that might be more already, 155, or even unupgraded, and the other one's at plus 15 because of our actual scaling. We're to get more damage. So if we wanted to throw, if we stayed with this build and we wanted to throw some Sombers into this, seal, we do a lot of damage. As you see, they're doing a lot more. So we're just going to stick to the bottom, clear all this up first. Alright, then back in the corner, be able to get a perfume bottle. But we do have to fight Leon Misbegotten. And you guys remember him, he was a boss fight, the really big red-haired version of the Misbegottens. Very, very dangerous guy. For a basic enemy. He just hits really hard, he's got crazy movesets, but let's just not play with him. Let's rush in, fuck his shit up. That's I said, you're trading in damage for just a very powerful weapon in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Mathematically, this weapon does less damage, but when you come through, you hit that Ash of War, and you're doing a lot of damage, and you swipe one more time and get Blood Loss, and it's just crazy powerful for a weapon that doesn't have high damage. It's wild when you think about it. We're only at 451 AR, we're at 750. This thing is doing 300 less damage than our other weapon. However, it's got higher critical at 110, if you notice, which is crazy. Blood loss go up at 76 with 40 arcane, and that, as we go up, it's gonna get close to 100 blood loss build up, which is just phenomenal. But yeah, it's just really, really powerful. Then you got your talisman that's giving you, increases as well. And I can't even feel damage difference that much for being 300. Not with the other shit going on. So yeah, it's definitely a fun build, and that's why I wanted to show it off. There it is. So that makes up for it, getting them procs. And then we get the buff from Lord of Blood's Exaltation to increase our attack power after we proc Blood Loss. I get your Somber 6. There's going to be another Leon that we got, and over here is also going to be a perfumer that can put those opaline bubbles around these guys. Yeah, don't play with that guy, he'll fuck you up. Bunch of these assholes. They're all protected. They can do more damage than you'd expect from smaller enemies, so. Really, you want to try to get. I don't know. I would suggest probably going for the perfumer first, depending on how these guys are positioned when you get up here. Yeah, big damage. But sometimes it's hard to go for her first because there's other guys, you know, might be in your way. Then you gotta tangle with them. But yeah, if she's in position or you have range to take her out first, if she can't buff these guys, that would be your best bet. We're about done here. Just clear these assholes out. Like I said, very powerful build. Very much so. I know people like, you know, like Rivers of Blood and Eleanor's Cold Blade for all the crazy bleed and all that stuff it has. But I would much prefer this setup. If you're doing Dex Arcane, no question, Dragon Communion Seal in your left hand, and then Morgoth's Curse Sword in your right hand. And it's fucking powerful, guys. It really is. I can't say it enough. But yeah, you know, you want to still keep the bare minimum faith to use your incantations. And all your scaling is going to come from your arcane. Because all you need is enough faith to use the spells. So that, you know, you only have 15 faith, right? In order to get 155 incant scaling, but that's because of our arcanes, getting C in arcane. So if you have a bunch of arcane and just the bare minimum faith, like 15, 17, to use these arcane incantations, the scaling is going to come from your arcane with that staff, so you can still get big damage with very minimal faith. You know what I mean? And that's what makes this seal the most viable for arcane builds, to dabble in some faith. Now, if you're doing the Dragon Community incantations, you're going to need more. And Brock's Blood Loss, you can't beat that. Yeah. Now we're out of mana. Probably would be a good idea to get a little heavier mind with this build as well. But I'm probably going to move 4 flasks of mana, keep 10 for health. I feel like that's plenty. Now if you don't make it past this part, guys, you do got to remember you're going to have that whole run back to do. We're going to try to hopefully work our way up the side of Grace. We don't have to worry about it. About to take a turn for the more difficult. You guys will notice that switch my shit back. You guys are gonna notice that the game is really gonna pick up a difficulty after the capital. Like, you know, everything's been real smooth sailing. We get up there with, you know, +7 to +10 weapons, and we got all this for one shot most things. This is gonna get really big. But yeah, you're one-shot most things, and this game starts feeling really easy because, you know, about mid-game is when you're really, you know, got your build really set up nicely. However, after the capital, things are going to step up quite a bit in difficulty. Somber 6. But I mean, it's manageable. But yeah, I mean, you don't want it feeling too easy forever. That just typically happens. You get kind of OP for a while because you know you're clearing all the stuff, you're getting all your levels, you're getting a lot of stuff, and you're upgrading along the way. So by the time you reach Altus, you're just so powerful at that point. You're not aiming to beat. It's just how it works. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and take this on up. Now we're going to take this up to the Forbidden Lands, or take it down to the Forbidden Lands rather. Get the Side of Grace, then go back up, get an item, and then back up to activate Moog's Great Room. But yeah, so like I said, if you're going through like we did, you're clearing, you know, Limgrave in full, then the Ernia in full, then bottom half of Caelid, doing all your underground regions. By the time you hit Altus, you're pretty much one-shotting everything, and the bosses are only taking a couple hits. You're just really powerful, and that's due to the fact that you've just been doing all the content and you put together a competent build, right? You get your upgrades, and you're using things that work with your stats, and it's just, it really comes, you know, every build should be really coming together right when you hit Altus. But then after the capital, it starts, you know, getting more even. You're still very powerful, but the enemies are just going to start hitting a lot harder. They're going to have a lot more health and things of that nature. Now from here, we're going to ride this straight up again. You see a little ledge right here. Run, jump. Fish is a tire, and then come in here. I think it's the Blade of Calling. Unless that's the one in Consecrated Snowfield. No, that's it. Blade of Calling. Drop down. Obviously, we're going to have to ride this up again, but at least you got a Side of Grace, so you don't have to do that big-ass run back if these bosses were to kill you or, you know, something like that. Just got to be patient, wait for this shit. Forever, feels like. Alright, then we'll ride this back up. And now what's nice too is, like, as soon as we take out these bosses and activate Morgoth's Great Room, we can just fast travel right there to Forbidden Lands. We got it. Now the whole Forbidden Lands you're not going to have a map for. Your next map fragment's actually up here in the mountaintops of the Giants. So this is just like a dirt road through a very cold mountain. You know, shit everywhere, but there's like big drop off here, so it's pretty much just a straightforward path. A couple loose loot, and really it's just like crafting ingredients and a few little things. With the Knights Cavalry and a Blackblade Kindred, this is the Grand Lifted Road, which takes you up to the mountaintops of Giants. So this is just like a transition path, you know, transitioning you from one area to the next. There's not much here. I'm just saying, so it'll take a second. Now we run out here. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. That's the path we came from. So if you were to come up the way we did, we came up here. You go up to the right. This is going to lead you to a bridge. You're going to see one enemy. As you run from them, everything's going to get pitch dark. Then before you know it, you're in a boss fight with two omens. The twin omens, which represent Morgoth and Moog, the twin brothers, who are actual omens, and were thrown in the sewers. You know, as children, they grew up in the sewers. It kind of represents that, you know. I mean, you could summon here. I don't think you need to be completely honest. You know what I mean? .400 damage. That's crazy. I should have done a bleed build. All the playthroughs I've done, they're actually quite powerful. You know, I don't have the fast katanas and all that shit, but, or the twin blade. Even with the great sword with bleed, that shit is fucking crazy, dude. It's a lot of fun. so many just good, viable builds, you know. And this is definitely up there. I guess I've been sleeping on it. I just always considered it like easy mode, you know. And they say faith falls off towards end game, so I felt like that was the harder route. But it has so many options too. I just feel like, you know, well, if it's true, if Holy and Faith fall off end game, and you could, you know, pancake the game with that build, then you could use anyone. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, Bleed's just, I don't know, it's like really easy. I mean, but we're not like getting no damage though. 451. It feels like we're getting no damage, but at the same time, it feels like we're getting more than our weapon that had almost 800 AR. But it's just a lot of fun mixing the incantations in. And I like that you can throw this out quick. It's like claws, you know what I mean? We're on the elevator. But when we get up, I'll show it, you know? But like, this just comes up so fast. You get the fire, but you also get the blood bombs, you know? Comes out, comes out, comes out. And to be completely honest, the mana cost isn't even that bad on that, you know? I mean, I think it's higher on our Ash of War. Definitely is. And then the Ash of War has to follow up. You're just melting fucking everything with this build. I would highly suggest this to a first-time player as well. Make sure you keep at least that, you know, that 15 fakes so you can use some of these incantations. But there you go. We got Morgoth's Great Rune now as well. And we can go on up to the Forbidden Lands. Now keep in mind, if you are doing a bleed build, some enemies are immune to bleed, you know? Like the last boss of the game, immune to bleed. You're not going to do a fucking thing to them with bleed. So you got to rely on your damage for that. But yeah, I mean, just for most of it. But I mean, bleed don't work on everybody, so you still want your damage, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's still pretty cool. For about 85% of it, it's going to work great. So this is the Forbidden Lands. Like I said, really straightforward path. It's just kind of going down a main road. And you can go off to the side, and you can look around. Most of it's going to be crafting ingredients. Now, I told you guys a long time ago that every region has its own crafting stuff. So even though we've been collecting crafting stuff the whole game, you're really going to want to go through here and make sure you're picking up all the crafting stuff here. This is going to be like for frostbite type stuff, you know what I mean? So it's very different than anything else. Because if you want to craft something and you don't have the ingredients, you're going to have to remember what region had the crafting stuff you're after, and then kind of go and farm it. So I do believe it's better just to fully go through every area and pick up as much shit as you can, so you know you won't even have to worry about it, and you'll always have the crafting stuff you need. So we're just going to slowly progress this. It is nighttime, so we're good. You want to make sure it's nighttime, or your Knight's Cavalry will not spawn. And this guy has a sick ass Ash of War we get. I think this is the second to last Knight's Cavalry in the game. We're almost through with these guys. And there he is. Besides this, it's like Rim Crystal Bud and a few runes here. There's not much going on. Oh, you bitch. I was holding down R2. As always, all we gotta do is take down the horse. Oh, the screws have a critical the way he landed though. There you go. Like I said, weapon melts bosses. So we got him and we got Phantom Slash. Really, really, really cool Ash of War. So if you look at the picture, that's what it does. So as you come with the weapon, you're going to have like a ghost version of yourself, a spirit version of yourself, doing the same thing. So if you do it with a dex build, like fast, you know, something like Sword Dance, right? That kind of Ash of War. I know because it's not Affinity. So it's Ash of War itself. But anyways, you put it on a weapon that's fast, is what I meant to say. That gets a bunch of quick attacks, and that thing's going to do the same thing. So if you got bleed or you got frostbite, you really just kind of go and proc that. You know what I mean? It's just got to really stack on damage, stack on status effects. More so status effects, but it does do great damage, obviously. Alright, grab a gold number 7. Clear the rest of these guys. Like I said, the only thing you're really looking for, I mean, there's like a health scarab around here somewhere. And as long as you're just looking around to the left and the right, grabbing your crafting stuff, grabbing your, you know, your consumables and runes and all that stuff, there's not much else to miss. Like, we're already at the end of it here. I know we got turned around, sorry. Yeah, we got way turned around. It's nighttime, straight path. That's the thing when you get in these fights sometimes. It's like, think you know where you're going, turns out you're heading back to where you came from because you got turned around. Especially with like the Knight's Cavalry, as he's just, you know, all over the damn place and you're running around in circles chasing him. Yeah, I forgot there's a drop, a jump right here, and then you gotta jump off the other side. I should have remembered that. I guess that makes sense, but I couldn't find the health scarab. The little beastmen are going to be much harder to deal with. They now are going to start doing death and death. They're going to be doing beast claw incantations. So like all the bestial sanctum type stuff. So beast claw, death and death, poison, and blood loss. They got a lot going on. You know, they don't have the most health, but they can put out some fucking damage. You better believe it. Especially when that beast claw hits you a couple times, you're pretty much just dead. Come here, you little shit. Alright. We got Phantom Slash, we got the runes. That's pretty much all that's here. We are about to run into a Blackblade Kindred. So if you're going around here trying to find the loot and he shows up on you, just run straight up the steps and get the side of grace out the other side. Because there's a stake of America here, but I do believe it's just better just to get the side of grace in case you die. Because this guy is tough. He's just like the one you fought out for the Bestial Sanctum and Caelid, just way worse. In my opinion. If we miss any loot, please forgive me. This is a very weird place to navigate. Yeah, wait until you see the consecrated snowfields. That place is a bigger nightmare to navigate. It's like a snowstorm, so you can't see anything in front of your face. For part of it, but you get it. There's your Blackblade Kindred. We're gonna haul ass. Get your side of grace. Just remember, if you die, don't hit Stake of America, hit, you know, side of grace for your respawn point, because otherwise you're gonna have to run right in front of them, and this way you can kind of just, it's closer to begin with. But oh, what the hell? Where's my summon? You can't summon here? Yeah, you can. Now, you usually don't summon, but I know that you can. Yeah, as I said, no, you can. The thing is, if you use Mimic and he hits you immediately, like, especially with his special attack, it's probably screwed. Now, he's not, I'm pretty sure he's immune to blood loss, but the fire still does damage, the acid force still does damage. you get here, you're already so high level. He is a tough fight, but oh, we're dead. Oh. I thought we were dead. I should have just played it off and try to look cool. Like, yeah, I ain't worried about him. It says Gargoyles, Black Blades, and Gargoyles, Black Axe. So it's just like the other Gargoyle, Twin Blade and Axe you got, but this one does Holy. Just like you remember the Great Swords we got, and then obviously the Holy Axe I was using does Holy. So I guess it's going to grab a level. Probably going to be respecing soon. This build is a lot of fun, you know, but probably be getting out of this pretty soon. I should keep working decks. Not going to matter. Just more points to allocate. We should be at 140. Yep, 141. Now we can go on up here to the Grand Lift of Rold, which is going to take us up to the mountaintops of the Giants, where we can get Yura's armor set. And you're going to see here it says Hoist Medallion, right? So that is obviously for the Grand Lift of Rold to take you up to the mountaintops of the Giants. Now we have half of the Halleck Tree Medallion. When we get to Castle Sol, we'll get the other half, and then you'll be able to come here and hit left or right on your D-pad to change action, and it'll be, you know, Roll Medallion or Halleck Tree Medallion, and then that's how you get to the Consecrated Snowfield. I wanted to mention that because for me, I had to really start going through all the dialogue and shit to figure it out, because I was like, how the fuck did we get here? I got the medallion, where the fuck do I use it? Yeah, I was looking for a whole nother lift, you know, that just didn't exist. So you're going to go straight. Be able to get a side of grace, to be able to get a map. And usually, if you did not do the underground of the capital, there will be an NPC here named Shabriri. He's going to look like Yura, but he's not Yura. And he's going to tell you, hey, don't let Melina sacrifice herself to burn the Erd Tree. Because if you don't do the Frenzied Flame, Melina is going to jump in a huge fire, you know, chalice, which isn't on the map yet, is it? So this huge fire chalice, and with her sacrifice, will burn the Erd Tree, but with the Frenzied Flame ending, you do it yourself. You're like an evil Sith Lord, or, you know, something like that. It just creates fire. So he's begging you to go beneath the capital and look for the Frenzied Flame so you can save her life, right? But since we already did that, when you come up here, you're going to get his armor instead. So, like I said at the beginning, I know he has cool armor. I know he's got a badass katana, but don't kill him, or not Kiba, but don't kill him because he's really important to the DLC. You know, like I said, we got his armor, we got his weapon, we got everything we wanted. So, it's all good. Now from here, we're going into the ruins and get our next bellberry. Now these guys are going to be much tougher than usual. They're a regular enemy now instead of a boss, but they do a lot of damage, and there's many of them. Well, because they're going to be doing frostbite and shit like that, you know. Golly. No, sir. There should be like a little piece of blue on the left. Did you ever get it? Yeah. There's not really much in here. There's like one or two loose items, but like I said, there's going to be a shit ton of those guys, and it's so easy to die, it's crazy. So if you just stay on the main path and shoot to the right through here. Well, grab this. But like right through the awning. Get this crafting. This is more rare shit. It's only going to be in the mountaintops, so keep that in mind. But you just want to work your way over to this far side. Go through here, grab the loot. You're just going straight back. You're going to find some stairs. Right over here. Take this down, and then there's going to be a chest containing your next bellbearer. There you go. Smithing stone, miner's bell bearing 3. So now you can buy infinite 1 through 6s of smithing stones, which is nice. Just keep in mind you need the runes. I'm eventually going to show you guys a rune farm. It's really good to get runes, as we're going to want to get a bunch of smithing stones to go to the DLC with. Now notice up top, just, you know, overlooking the Grand Lift of Rold again. You go this way, it's the same thing. There's nothing really up here, not much. It's just like crafting shit, room crystal bud, and you know, stuff like that. And there you go. So up here is overlooking the Grand Lift of Rold. There's no real reason to go up here, but I didn't want people thinking we were forgetting the area, you know. So. Birds are going to start getting a little worse than usual. Where we at time-wise? 35 minutes. I don't really want to do anything too much this episode, so I can kind of separate it. But I guess we might as well, because it's just a little through path here, so it's not like, you know, there's much content to cover, unfortunately. We would follow this around. You got your birds. Follow the main road, you have some crafting stuff, a bunch of fire type enemies are coming up, and then a catacomb. Come down here, get the scarab. Another somber 7. Now we're just going to take that same path back around again. I mean, he damn near falls like every single time. There's not much you can really do about it. Unless you have a really powerful incantation or getting better scaling. Like this seal is unupgraded, so not, you know. And since I know I wasn't going to stick with this build, there's no point in me wasting the somber stones, right? So we can either, yeah, we need to go on up. Fucker. We're about to drop down to the area where, like I said, there's a bunch of fire enemies. It's going to be like the fire witches and stuff we've seen in the area. There's also going to be a prelate, but this one uses a blood boss whip. And his helmet's still firing all his fireballs after you see him down there. He's extremely formidable. I'm going to let you know now. So it's kind of like work your way down. Now they do fire, but they also do blood boss. All of them. They have thorn sorceries, which we're about to get another one of. They like blood boss. Give it to them. Fires of punishment. Like I said, thorn sorcery. You're gonna need faith. Oh shit, not much shield. He's about to kill us. See if we can put him down fast enough. He's got so much health, though, y'all. Cut it. Heal. Charge attacks do just fine, obviously, but they're hard to get off with his helm doing all that shit. He has a chance to actually drop his armor and drop his helm and all that stuff. So if you do want to farm it, you can. Now, so there's a catacomb down here. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the side of grace, but like I said, I wanted to respec a few times, show off a few weapons, and give, you know, show people a few choices. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get the side of grace. I'm gonna go grab 2 intelligence weapons. One's gonna be for strength builds. One's gonna be for dex builds. But it's giving people more options and showing them other stuff. You know what I mean? You see the B-sides quivering. So after we get this death root and bring it back to Garak, we'll be able to get either, I think, the very last spell, and then the next one's going to get us the Beast Claw Hammer, which is badass faith weapon. And we are going to go back to faith, but like I said, we'll play around with Ant a little bit more. We'll play around with faith a little bit more to show all of our options. So far we've done Dex, Ant, we have done Strength, Faith, and we've done Dex, Arcane, showing everyone their options. You know what I mean? And also doing this, it's going to get us a couple really good sites of grace, you know what I mean? shouldn't even get this since we still got to clear all this stuff as we go along. There's going to be a golem, and this golem is going to be firing great arrows at you. But if you play it smart, drop here. You can kind of see where he's going to aim at you. And usually, if you time it just right, which I don't think I did. Nope. Sometimes you can drop down as he's firing and be safe. We'll go and grab this stuff since we're right here. Damn, that shield's good. I'm gonna take him down since we're right here. Stamina. There we go. Got him out the way. I wonder if we should just hit this area with the faith build, and then we'll wait for the int build for like, you know, consecrated snowfields and stuff like that. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get to the faith. We'll get to the int build, but I'm gonna go back to faith for a while. This area is kind of fun to hit with the faith build. It's just where we're displaying everything. The only build we're not gonna really display is actually going to be I would like to say what quality. It's probably the only one we're not really gonna display. And that's because, you know, it's just a basic. And when you start quality, it's just to give you options for all, you know, the different weapon types until you find a build you want to go with. Then you typically end up respecing once you find the type of weapon you like. So, I mean, you could do quality builds, but usually quality always turns into something else. So that's why, yeah, I'm not really going to go with it. But, yeah, figured I'd at least mention that. Oh, put on for faith. Wait, where are we at? Okay, main weapons. Put on my halberd. That's already +9. And we're getting holy on that. On blasphemous blade. I'd like to use our shield. And yes, I do know that we won't wait for it, but probably gonna put a couple more points into endurance anyway, so we need to get rid of this helmet, save us some weight, get rid of the greaves, save us some weight. I got the weight talisman. We're gonna rock one for our incantation. We're gonna put this shit together right. Rock one for our incantations. Obviously, you get this, add more damage. That's weight. That's incantations. Then I don't know if we're gonna be using holy or fire more. This will be our swap spot. So if we're gonna use a halberd, we'll put on, you know, sacred scorpion charm. If you switch over blasphemous blade, we'll put on the fire scorpion charm. And then we can put one on for guarding ability. Our shield does have like 65 guard boost, which isn't the worst. We could put one on for damage negation. These enemies are gonna do a lot of fire damage. Save us some mana, but that's only gonna be for, you know, your ashes of war, not your incantations. Unfortunately, we will find a talisman that helps with that too, though. Not fast enough. We have to keep full health. I'd rock both of them so we can swap back and forth and have our damage, but at the same time, each of them makes you take more damage. I wonder if it makes you take more damage always or just from using a fire weapon. It's probably probably stays on like that. So boost guarding, damage negation. Yes, we'll boost guarding for now.
Ah, is it time?
Then we kind of go back and see what our stats are going to be like. I just want to show everything off, you know what I mean? We'll probably go back to like, what was I going to say? Int Dex in a different region just to show off the later weapons. I'm trying to go for the catacomb, and we'll just get those weapons when we naturally run into it. Because I was going to go out the way for them, but I'm like, damn, I might as well just, you know, wait till we get there naturally and not rush things like that. Really, really want to. So I know we at least had enough for 40-40, but we should be above that now. Yeah, we're almost at 50-40. So I'm going to bring strength to 50. No, we're still fat rolling. Damn, I wonder if I should just bring endurance. Fuck, I'm just eating up larval tears doing this though. Still have 9, I'll do it.
Is it time?
We play our cards right.
No.
We still have enough, you know, good damage for right now too. Except for 30. It still might not even be enough, but I'm just hoping it is. So here we go, at least 45, which is pretty good. Nope. Can't do that. Still need at least 1 index. That's fine.
Martha.
You're fucking with me, bro. You were fucking with me at this point. That sucks. I still want to keep 30, you know, endurance anyway. Really? All because of the Great Shield, huh? That sucks. Well. Just have to use a medium shield. That's fine. Alright, before we go back over there, I'm going to go and upgrade one of these medium shields. Gotta make sure I'm only doing one shield, and it's a shield I want to use. I mean, late game, we can just farm up a shit ton of runes and upgrade a few shields all the way, at least to 24. Put everything we don't want to ever use ever in storage and things we want to swap between, upgrade them all the way up. You're going to need a lot of stones to pull it off. But you know, it's going to be expensive as shit to do. I want to make sure it's a shield I want to stick with for medium at least. So I got one great shield upgrade, and then I have one, you know, medium shield upgrade too. Of all the medium shields here, this thing's scar boost is just, it's crazy as hell. Like, it's fucking crazy. On upgrade, it's at 56. But it's gonna go way up. It's at 55. Which one do I feel better with? This one is a little heavier. Better with this one. I mean, hell, I did the other one last time, so I'll do this one this time just to keep it different. Garbage 56, 57. Oh, what? I don't have Ace with the 2s. No, that's a good thing about your bell bearings. That's what I always say. I also need to turn in this bell bearing anyways. Black guards, so we're gonna go down now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the regular smithings. I'm running by 24. That way we can upgrade this weapon, and you know whatever we run into next, we have stones for that. Just want to have no 1s either, and don't have enough 3s either. So we need 10 3s, 24 1s. At least that's one more weapon. 24 is enough for 2. Alright. And we'll keep working on this, you know what I mean? Slowly. I'm not going to fully upgrade it now. I could, but we also have our seal we might want to fully upgrade too, so you got to keep that in mind.
Back or no matter.
Enough force for one thing, but this is our past force, so I'm not worried about it. We need 6s, we got user 5. if you look, our guard boosts are at 62 now. So 6 infantry of plenty. No, even 7s we have plenty. Might as well take it all the way up. Tries our 8s. We're at 66 guard boosts. That's the same as our big ass great shield, I think. 64. It's more than our big ass great shield, guys. It's insane.
Greeting, are you here for spirit?
Gonna get another upgraded mimic.
Greeting, are you here for spirit?
Just so he's got more health, he won't get killed so quick. You know, we'll do the others later on. So we're good. We're gonna get back to Mountaintops of the Giants and deal with the catacomb. This is actually the catacomb I hate most in the entirety of the game. There's one that's kind of worse than this, and so the two, there might be only 2 left, but they're the worst ones. It's about navigation, but also we're gonna have the big stone cats. But now these fuckers are gonna have frostbite, and they're gonna be regular enemies. So, all right. So before we go that way, we're gonna be going straight just to get some crafting stuff. I thought I had my shield out, Jake. If you're noticing, the damage are stacking on. A lot more damage than it used to be. Because, like I said, we're getting to later game areas. They're gonna have much more health and do much more damage. So this is how we're gonna progress. We're just kind of working our way over to a lift. God, look how hard they're hit. I know we have that Talisman that increases our damage, but even without it, it's still pretty crazy. All right. Yeah, so this catacomb is definitely my least favorite one. The navigation's pretty crazy. Everything about it is just a real big pain in the ass. So under this elevator is actually another secret path that's, you know, an optional side path. And this place really is just exhausting, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and hit this optional path first. We don't want to, you know, have to worry about doing this after we've, you know, just mentally exhausted ourselves going through this fucking catacomb. And unfortunately, looking at the time, all we're gonna have time for is this first section of the catacomb. So, damn though, do I want to wait to the next episode so it's all together? And we did the path to Mountaintops of the Giants, and that's what I was really worried about. Yeah, we're gonna go back up, because if I can't do the whole thing at once, yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry, guys. I just looked at the time. I just realized it. We don't want to have things separated, like stop halfway through a catacomb on an episode. That wouldn't be right. So I'm sorry, guys. I really thought we could fit it in. I mean, it sucks you can't just fast travel once you kill the boss. Make things a lot easier. And we do have the time to do the side path, but it's just then we pick up if people aren't following along, they're gonna be missing stuff, and I'm wondering why. Big ass elevator. Alright. The Mountaintop of the Giants, another main reason I switched back to this, as I told everyone, you know, kind of the recommended build was Strength Faith, as I felt like it was the best. Well, Mountaintops of the Giants is going to actually complete the build as far as incantations. You have, you know, most of the best faith weapons in the game already. But as we progress through here, there's going to be a fort we do with the prayer book, and then the main boss drops another incantation for fire. So that, you know, can pretty much complete it. Other than that, it's just gonna be, because we're going for like pyromancy, so other than that, it's just gonna be stuff that you want to use because, you know, you like those, right? So if we stick with the pyromancy stuff, we have that, we have the constant stream. One more point in faith, we could use this. Then these I told you, Bestial Sanctum incantations are for melee builds. Just want a little bit of access to incantations. As you see, 8 faith, 12 faith, 13, 10. So it's not hard to use those for like a strictly melee type build. But for now, whatever showed the glaive off. They're kind of lackluster. Look really cool. Don't do much damage. You're throwing lightning out everywhere, but you're just not doing much damage, unfortunately. I guess should we just hold off for our other shit? I mean, we'll put this stuff on. Most likely not going to use it. At least we got most of the pyromancy build set up. So we are going to go ahead and rest up here, guys, in this episode because, like I said, I don't want to leave off halfway through the catacomb. But y'all stay tuned. We'll be back shortly to pick up at the Giant's Mountaintop Catacomb, press forward, finishing our last request for the Volcano Manor, and getting a talisman that's going to restore health upon kill. And then we're trying to go up top and clear all this area and get our 2 intelligence weapons I was telling you guys about. They're really, really, really good and complete game changers. So y'all stay tuned, and we will be back here shortly.